Sportsmanship has always been an important part of competition. Swapping jerseys or comforting your opponent after they lose helps display a mutual respect. Because even some of the world's greatest athletes can't deny that their rivals have only helped them become the best.
We have that battle the last 15 years, which is good. He pushed me and I push him as well.
But sometimes being all nice and respectful gets kind of boring. Sometimes you quite literally dunk on your opponent, and at that point, you don't owe them shit. And when you already know that you're one of the world's best, then who cares?
The best player in the biggest sport has to be obviously the ultimate.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
But having an ego isn't limited to traditional sports. In fact, we have seen our fair share of BM in esports.
How good is it to get a pentakill at the LCS All-Stars? LCS All-Stars? It technically was, because it was Europe versus North America.
Everyone else is trash. Right here on the show.
Everyone else is trash.
Oh, this is free! Let me see this.
Tell him about himself. Tell him about himself. Tell him about himself.
Let him know.
Tell him about himself.
Although verbal BM has become a bit more tame over the years, there are still certain players who can't help but rub it in your face.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I love it.
Yes!
Cole, how mad are you right now?
But one form of BM has stood the test of time. Teabagging. Regardless of what games you've played over the years, chances are you've been a victim of the old tactical crouch at one point or another. And in Valorant's brief history, no player has pissed off more rival teams' fans with their disrespectful antics than Sentinels White Claw-crushing Cypher main, Michael dapr Gulino. A talented troll who's helped his team take over Valorant for the past year, while adding a little bit of spice to the game.
dapr can do this! Celsius out in the open! The Spectres win the 2v4! What?
Not again, man. Zoms and dapr, dude. They're just...
Do your dance! Do your dance! Yeah, get it, dapr! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! That was one, yeah! He's still going for more!
Zach is gonna hold his angle and just try and trade guns out. dapr with a 360. Clip it again, chat. Thank you, JBL, in advance.
No! And dapr is looking to clutch up again. He's incredible.
He's just built different.
He actually is. dapr has been insane in the clutch in this series too.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, dude, the psychological factor, dog. You drop...
I mean...
Stops defusing to shoot his body.
So how exactly did dapr's rise to villainy begin? And how has he used his mind games to not only make Sentinels one of the most polarizing teams in Valorant, but literally the best in the world?
Spikes planted. dapr toying here. Cypher diff. Toying.
No.
Like, I don't really respect you, bro. Like, you have to beat me, and I don't give a who you are, you know? Like, at the end of the day, you're just a player to me. I really don't care who you are.
Hey guys, so before we dive into dapr's spicy story, I gotta ask that you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and teabag on notifications, just so you don't miss any future offbeats. I did not write that, just so you know. Alright, so aside from shooting his opponent's lifeless bodies and dunking his digital nutsack on them every chance he gets, who exactly is Sentinel's crispy 22-year-old clutch artist? Well, before he started beating 100 Thieves in his underwear and hitting the gym with his teammates, he was like just about every Valorant player under the sun. Surprise, surprise, dapr got into competitive gaming with Counter-Strike.
I got into CS from my cousin. I feel like it's such like a cliche like storyline now that like your older sibling or like your cousin, someone older than you kind of brings you into the game. But yeah, my cousin played 1.6 and I never got into 1.6, but like I used to play like when he got off, when I was over his house and stuff. I went over there a lot.
But in 2004, when CS Source came out, dapr truly found himself hooked. As a young, filthy casual, he often played fun, community-made modes with his friends, like Jailbreak, bunny hopping, death run, and surfing. But before he even had a chance to dabble in Source's competitive playlists, a new game caught his eye.
I started playing League of Legends like season 2. Like season 3, I like made it all the way to like, I think I was like Diamond 1 cap or like just hit Challenger before there's like Masters or anything. I like just hit Challenger.
Now, as much as dapr loved playing League of Legends and even entertained the idea of possibly going pro in it, he missed playing with his friends, who weren't really interested in playing Riot's MOBA. I mean, can you blame them? So, when Valve released their newest iteration of Counter-Strike in 2012, dapr came crawling back. And from there, he really started grinding the game.
So I just started playing CSGO a lot. There's like, I don't even think I hit global. I was like DMG and I instantly got into like ECA because I heard it was like better and more competitive. So I literally started from the ground up. I was like a 9 RWS like scrub in ECA like way back then. So yeah, and then from then on, I was grinding through the leagues. I literally went like open, intermediate, main, premier, and then pro.
As a promising young player, dapr found himself hopping around various up-and-coming rosters, but he was finding it difficult to break into the tier 1 scene. But in April of 2020, he, like so many others in NACS, was presented with a new opportunity. Valorant. Valorant came at the perfect moment for dapr. Tier 2 NACS was slowly withering away, and with more and more North American teams leaving the scene, there were even fewer opportunities for him. So, like many other constituents of NACS, dapr's move to Riot's new tactical shooter seemed inevitable.
But I was like one of the last people to change during beta, like pretty much the last wave of beta players that moved over, because I really like CS. I still enjoy the game. I thought I had a future. I was literally hitting, I think I was like peak form in CS when I left. So I was like, dude, I'm playing so well. Like, do I really want to like throw this all away? You know, like there's opportunities out there. Like if I really grind, like I really had like a lot of sleepless nights thinking about it. But at the end of the day, I was like, this is like guaranteed, like I'll be good in Valorant and I could like make a really big name for myself. While CS, it's like, there's an opportunity to do that, but like, maybe it's a risk. You might not ever get there. Like you might just never get the opportunity for like whatever reason it is.
Going all in on Valorant, dapr began playing with Together We Are Terrific, a lineup comprised of former CS players like himself. And although dapr enjoyed moderate success with the team, eventually he was dropped from the roster. But fortunately for dapr, a bigger opportunity was coming his way in the form of a trial with Sentinels.
And then eventually, because I was playing Cypher and then Sentinels needed a Cypher, they had like their core 4 that were signed, but they were like trying out fits. Shazam and Sick knew me from CS. They knew I was really good. They knew I was like a young kid with passion. I grinded hard. So they gave me the opportunity to try out, and I guess they just liked me, so they signed me.
Though things were rocky in the beginning, Sentinels' results actually began to improve with dapr in the lineup. And while he was clearly making a difference as a player, it was how he carried himself on the server that began catching everyone's attention.
Tens with a second, now it's just Dizzy in a 1v5. Catches, no way! 6 on 1 and dapr has a knife!
The trades are looking phenomenal right now from Sentinels, leaving it only just down to the Sage player up TSM, trying to see if he can connect the Sheriff. The Sheriff's not in town.
Jumper!
That's insane.
The 360!
There's a lurk from Finesse. Now it's dappr's turn to try to do some economy damage. Let's see if he can find anything else. Man, the white peaks of the Stingers. He knows.
Now, of course, everyone can appreciate that little bit of BM that dapr was throwing into Valorant's competitive scene. But it's safe to say that there were those who weren't too happy about the lack of respect he was showing some of their favorite players. He even received a death threat from one of these crazed fans in December of last year. And it wasn't just fans who were rattled by dapr's antics. Even Riot tried asking players to put an end to all of this BM. And of course, everyone thought that they were being soft. But the thing that makes dapr such a compelling character is that whether you love him or hate him, he genuinely doesn't give a shit. If anything, the backlash he's received from his critics has only caused him to ramp his behavior up, just to piss everyone off even more. And while it's true that dappr's nut-dunking nonsense may not be for everybody, most of his opponents don't take it personally. In fact, most of them understand that it's just part of the game.
I mean, I don't really care. I think it's cool. I mean, as long as he's trying to get his team hyped, you know what I mean? So if that gets his team hyped, then more power to him.
But for dapr, it's not just about hyping up his team. No, he knows that deep down, there's something about teabagging and shooting bodies that just bothers people. And engaging in this kind of psychological warfare might even be giving him and his roster a competitive advantage.
I just know for a fact some people just get so pissed off about it. And like how I view it, it's like, if they're getting pissed off or something that like I'm not spending money to do, you know, not in-game money, it's just a free advantage right there. Just shoot their body, teabag them, they get mad, they play worse.
Som's holding on for dear life. It's masked his position, healed him a little bit, but he might not be expecting Sick to be rotating around. They're just holding him in that spot.
But the thing about dapr is that he isn't just some loudmouth troll who's all talk. No, he has proven time and time again that he has the play to back it up.
Oh, that's brutal. Great camp from dapr, allows Sick to take out Marv through the dark cover.
Oh, dapr takes it! He checks it, even though the drone, it seemed like the drone kind of cleared it. He still checks that. Oh, this guy, if nothing, you can't pull the wall over his eyes. So
A 3v1, dapr needs to do something crazy. Finds the kill onto one, and here comes the crazy. Trying to grab a 9-3 half as the neural theft gives the info that he needs. dapr gonna look to push on. Shock Dart gonna find some damage. 67, excuse me. HP, one kill comes through, almost the lineup. dapr gets it done, 9-3 at the half. What a way to close it out from the Sentinels here.
It's up to dapr there.
Oh,
no! What the hell was that from dapr?
And sure, it's all well and good to clown on people during online events where the stakes and the pressure aren't particularly high. But dapr and Sentinels brought this mentality to Valorant's first major international event in Reykjavik, Iceland, showing that they're more than happy to continue these shenanigans on the game's biggest stage. And yes, he did confirm to us that teabags do in fact hit different on LAN.
Yeah, so the teabag, it's more fluid. You just feel like you're kind of immersed when you do it, so it just makes it feel 10 times better.
But most importantly for dapr, Sentinels were able to prove that North America isn't entirely hopeless when it comes to esports. While the region has historically fallen short on the international stage, especially in games like Counter-Strike and League, he and his teammates are willing to do whatever it takes to change that narrative in Valorant. And by cruising through the entire event without dropping a single map only to be crowned champions, it's hard to deny that they're doing just that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels surreal. I don't think it'll hit me for a little bit, you know, just like that we actually cemented ourselves on top of NA and international sport. Like, to me, with no crowd, you know, someone's telling me we have like 1 million viewers, it doesn't really hit me like, yeah, this is the top. Like, we did this. We're the top.
The truth is that every game needs a guy like dapr, who's just willing to get on people's nerves and play the heel. His signature behavior is actually helping to develop Valorant's competitive scene, ensuring that new rivalries and storylines are created such that future events are even more compelling to watch. And until somebody finds a way to shut down dapr and the rest of Sentinels, then he's just gonna keep doing his thing, dumpstering his opponents and rubbing it in their face on his game's biggest stage. Literally.
Oh no, don't do it to him, dapr, no! Oh, the humanity.
You put a bit of a target on your back now for every future Valorant event. So dapr, I want to hear from you what you have to say to the rest of the Valorant world out there who's looking to come for you.
No, good luck. We're just going to get better.
Sick. Yes. So clutch.
So how does it feel that NA is finally the best at an esport? And how many White Claws are you going to crush tonight?
You know, I know it'll feel great when we get back home. And with the White Claw question, I don't even remember what time my flight is, but I'll probably miss it.